the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, good Sunday evening, race fans, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Down and Dirty Outlaws 360 Wing Sprint Car Series tonight, Lucas Oil Speedway. Tight little track here. Races very well. Got racy last week. We saw them a couple of times here on the network, and both times the sprint cars were very, very racy here. 2-3 grooves. Looking at about 25 drivers checked in for tonight's action. Familiar faces close to the top or at the top of the speed chart right now. Titan Vanderwert, quickest in the practice session. Cameron Pritchard. Connor Darnell's up there. Greg Leonard, Josh Whiteman. All the old familiar faces in this thing. I see J.P. Scheider has checked in, hasn't put a lap down. Kenny Hoffman's in here. Jeff Creamer, Randy Shreves. Full week's worth of action for you guys tonight, or this week. Not just tonight, but this week. Already into the doubleheader for tonight. Zach Krieger was over earlier. I'm not sure if they're still racing or not. The Midwest Dirt guys, they were in their feature a little while ago. Hopefully they're getting close to wrapping that thing up. But show number 2 right here. Ooh, there we go. Culture West having a little bit of a problem. Got Miles Jansen's in here as well. Jansen appears to have gone back to his all-black machine. But 2 shows for you tonight, as always. 2 shows for you tomorrow night. 2 shows for you Wednesday. And again, 2 shows on Thursday. Don't know where you're at, but it has been cold here. Very chilly. And I got to admit that it's kind of refreshing, if I'm being completely fair. I don't mind the cold. You can keep all that wet stuff that comes with it, but I don't mind the cold very much at all. Always seems to put me in the minority, but not sure how long the practice session is going to go on. I do know we need to get down and get our pre-race ceremonies out of the way, so let's do that. And we'll find out where we're at in the program when we come back.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, big thank you to the Foleys. As always, Sam and Johnny helping us out. Drivers still a couple more laps of practice. I think they're waiting for somebody to fix a problem. Look at a couple other drivers out here cutting some laps around. Bowen Smith in the 12 car. Chase Swafford. Swafford absent from last week's event. Looks like he is back on track this week. Guys, do not be afraid to say hello in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. You got a favorite driver, shout them out. If you're on Facebook, drop by the Dirt Racing Network's Facebook page. Like, share, follow. If you're over on YouTube, Twitch, or Trovo, hit that subscribe button. You know, each and every time we go live. Yeah, just waiting for him to finish up that little issue with one driver there. Tyler Street making a few laps. Just got the 4 car out onto the track. up on that flat spot up above. The banking a little bit there. Whiteman getting around the track pretty slick too. .75 of Swafford going down the back stretch. There's some Twitch folks cheering Nathan Greek on. Or Ethan Greek, excuse me, Ethan Greek. Swafford. Let's see, is Ethan on the track? Yeah, no, Ethan's back in the pits. Jacob Adam is out on the track. All right, drivers starting to get a little anxious here. They're ready to go. Just been out there practicing quite a bit. Have put a lot of laps down on the racing surface, so they're going to have to come out and work that thing before we go to qualifying. Yes, Mr. Strong, it is a PC-based sim. Coulter West back on track in this group. Let's go see if Scheider or any of that group is out on the track. Scheider is in. Jaden Wolf was out. He is no longer on the track. All right. We're advancing over. We're going to get ready for qualifying. Each driver gets a couple of laps. They'll do this en masse. And we will get ready to watch. Oh, let's go watch Bowen Smith. Smith in the 12 car. On the clock for lap number 1. He's all the way at the top of the racing surface. And Bo Smith, 12.58 quick time at the moment. A lot of drivers on track right now. There goes Greg Leonard, 12.49. He moves up. Let's see what Miles Jansen is doing. Jansen's 7th quick on lap number 1. He did not improve. Continues to fall down through here. Let's go see Titan Vanderwert. Vanderwert already a feature winner this season. Vanderwert, 12.48, quick time on the pylon right now. Lap number 2, will it be quicker? So he is out of 4 and down to the timing line. Did not go quicker. Randy Shreves. Randy Shreves. Currently 20th fastest on his first lap. Can he pick it up in lap number 2? Yes, he does, but not much. 12.75, only good for 15th quick. Kenny Hoffman. Always somebody to watch. Slider line through 1 and 2. Good exit. Going to go for the same thing. Slider line down 3 and 4. Got to watch the right rear now. No time. 0 time for that lap as Hoffman. Yeah, he decided he didn't like that car very much. Here's Cameron Pritchard. So Hoffman will have his work cut out for him. Cameron Pritchard, quickest on his first lap, almost goes quicker on his second, and he was 2/100ths of a second slower. So Pritchard wins it last week, comes in this week riding that wave of momentum, goes quick time for the evening. Qualifying looks to be in the books. JP Scheider in the 5 car never made it to the racing service, did not make it out in practice, does not make it out in qualifying as well. So yeah, it's a good time to get in now, Josh. They're running a lot of specials, especially for new members. You have to go to the website. I can't remember. I know what the existing members discount is right now for renewing. You can buy it in a 1-year or 2-year subscription. It's a little cheaper if you buy 2 years, but you're still going to be purchasing some content. But once you buy it, it's yours to keep. It is the premier. It has very little in the way of competition, actually. There's still room for improvement, as always. But there's a lot of people. A lot at any one given time. In fact, I could look right now. Maybe I can figure. Maybe they'll let me see. I don't know. Give me a second. I can tell you how many people are playing right now worldwide. As soon as it opens up again. Might be just a second. There goes JP Scheider. Scheider actually on the track. He does make it out with the 5 car. Currently 14th quick. And he shuts it down because second lap was a little bit slower than his first. There are over 10,000 people worldwide playing right now. So, oh, it is heat race time, folks. That is a very special time. That means we get to go down here and look at our starting lineups. Heat 1 will line up like this on the pole. Going to be Ty Williams, the 01 car. Next to him, the 12 of Bowen Smith. Row 2, inside. The 2, Kellen Sabo. And next to him, quick qualifier for the evening. He drives the 21 cars. Feature winner already this season. In the first 5 rounds, Cameron Pritchard. Tyler Street, the 4 car, will start inside of the 3rd row next to Donald Toulos in the 99. Grant Vickery, the 44 car, sits to the inside of the 4th row, and Miles Jensen Jr. in the 35 will be on his outside. In the back row, all by himself. We watched him in qualifying have all kinds of issues. We'll see if he can do better in his heat race. The always dangerous number 11 of Kenny Hoffman. So getting ready, just waiting on Bowen Smith. Bowen Smith has to make it out. Yeah, just go to iRacing.com. Everything is on there right now. I was over there the other day looking for something, and I saw all the specials that were going on. There's a lot of ways you can keep it cheap with your annual subscription. The biggest is that every season, and there's 4 seasons every year, every season, make sure you run all your officials for your MPR and collect your money. You get $10 maximum per season, so you can knock $40 off the annual subscription price by just doing that alone. So, very little to get out of pocket with. All right. They'll go around one more time. The pace truck will vanish over on the backside. These guys will be at the mercy of the 01 of Ty Williams and the 12 of Bowen Smith until we come out of turn number 4. And it will be time for the Thunder. We'll get to the Lightning here in just a little while. Heat 1 for the evening, about to roll off, or about to fire off, excuse me. Oh my, that's going to have to be a fix. There we go. We'll get that fixed. Green flag in the air. Ty Williams gets a great start. They go nose to tail 1 through 4. Immediately through 1 and 2. Up on the high side, you're going to see Toulos in the 99 car. He goes down to the middle now, sits into the 5th spot. Around out of 3 and 4, side by side. Bowen Smith up on the top side. Contact. There they go, down to the infield. No cautions in your heat races, guys. No cautions in the heats. So problems for a lot of guys. Kellen Sabo was in that. Ty Williams was in that. Bowen Smith was in that. And Smith's still in the infield. So Cameron Pritchard from the outside of the second row now has the lead in heat number 1. Wheel going to be down to 3 to go this time. Tulos in second. Jansen is in the third spot, and Tyler Street is in that fourth and most important final transfer spot. Here comes Kenny Hoffman. Hoffman may run out of laps. So down to 2 to go, coming around to get the white flag. Still Pritchard out in front. Down the backstretch, into turns 3 and 4, and Cameron Pritchard will be in your feature tonight, folks. He'll bring Donald Tulos, Miles Jansen. Oh, and maybe not Street, maybe Vickery. Oh, did Street hang on? Tyler Street barely hung on to a transfer spot after clipping the wall coming out of 4 on the final lap. So Vickery, Sabo, Williams, Hoffman, and Smith got some work to do. They'll play in the alphabet soup here in just a little bit. We will get ready to go down here and look at the starting lineup for Heat 2 as they waste no time getting things rolling here, and they keep them rolling. Connor Darnell, the 97 car, on the pole. Next to him, the 10 of Coulter West. The 7, Jaden Wolf, will start inside row number 2. Next to current points leader in the series, the 007 of Titan Vanderwerf, also a feature winner this season. JP Scheider, the 5 car, inside row number 3. Next to Randy Shreves. Shreves in the 56. Terrell Wheeler, the 43, starts inside the last row. And next to him, going to be Jacob Adam. Adam in the 41. All right, drivers getting ready to go. Pace truck going to disappear this time over here in turn 2. And then Darnell and West will bring us around, get us started. Out of turn number 4. Hey, Dakota, I've been pretty good, buddy. Sorry I didn't see your message till just a second. I was looking at a bunch of other stuff, trying to figure out why my sound keeps jumping all over the place. But we are underway, Heat 2. 97 of Connor Darnell, going to lead a lap number 1. Coulter West and Jaden Wolf second and third. Right behind that, Titan Vanderwerf. And Vanderwerf, he never wanted to just sit in one place and ride. He is going to go for spots. He went for it on Wolf right there, just not able to grab a position. Now alongside again down to 1 and 2. And Wolf has the preferred line as he is up on the top side. All the momentum is up there. Randy Shreves working right behind Vanderwerf. Here comes Scheider. Scheider on the inside of Shreves. This is a battle for 5th and 6th right now. Contact up towards the front. This is going to be a big stack up. Everybody's going to keep them going, but man, did that shuffle the field. Coulter West still second. Now Scheider third. Wolf is fourth, and here comes Adam. Shreves, Wheeler, and Vanderwerf. And Vanderwerf was the one that had the problem out of turn number 4. As we are down to 2 to go, Connor Darnell has been in control since we dropped the green. He's got a 1 1/4 second lead. Coulter West has run second the entire heat. He looks like he's in a transfer spot. And then JP Scheider also in the transfer spot. Along with, Shreves is going to escape by as we come to the checkers. Darnell West, Scheider, and Shreves look like they'll transfer through. Vanderwerf will be 5th. Adam, Wheeler, and Wolf is Jaden Wolf. got into a last lap incident over in 1 and 2. This place very tricky, and if you get up over the banking down there in 1 and 2 or 3 and 4, it's liable to pull your car right on up, and you're going to go for a ride right into the fence. So let's get out here. We're looking at our third and final heat race of the evening. They'll line up like this. It's going to be the 11 of Jeff Creamer on the pole. Next to him, Josh Whiteman in the 24. Second row, inside, the 27 of Scott Reed. And on the outside, it's going to be the 94 of Greg Leonard. Chase Swafford will start the 75 car inside row number 3, and he'll be next to Brody Brown. Brown in the 334. And then the final row for the final heat. It's going to be the 19 of Ethan Greek inside, and Cole Shapesky in the 9 on the out. All righty, pace truck ready to jump on off. Right over here in turn number 2, and he will do just that. So now we'll wait for Creamer. New paint on the 11 car. That car has been blue the entire season, but the same old blink. So fixed the paint, hasn't fixed the connection yet. But we'll get ready for Creamer and Whiteman to get us started over here in 3 and 4. Final heat race of the evening. Green flag in the air. Good start for Creamer. Right through the middle. We'll look behind Leonard. All over the push bar, the 24 of Whiteman. And then that 27, Scott Reed, in behind that, has the final transfer spot at the moment. Swafford trying to chase him down. Out of turn 2, down the back stretch, coming around. This will be lap number 2 in the books. There was Ethan Greek way out wide there in turns 3 and 4, and he's got the 19 car right on the ragged edge of jumping the cushion. Up to the top, good bite, hanging on right in front of Shapesky. All right, now Swafford went for the spot 2 for 1. He got them both as he moves into third. Fourth place, Greg Leonard, still trying to hang on. Cars are pretty much single file down the straightaways. Everybody's spreading out in the corners, looking for any kind of grip, any advantage they can find to pass the guy in front of him. Here comes Swafford. Swafford working on Whiteman. Slider through 3 and 4, gets it there, sticks it. Had the spot, at least for the moment. Under 2 to go, down to 3 and 4. Creamer still out in front. Now Leonard surges ahead with the slide job. He'll take second away from Swafford. Swafford's going to go right back at him. White flag in the air. Creamer going to cruise to victory in Heat 3. Who's going to be second? Swafford looks to be the guy. Right now, Leonard hanging on to third, and Whiteman going to take the final transfer. Reed Brown, Shapesky, and Greek all going to finish up with some work to do tonight. We're going to move straight to it. Going to be C-Main time. Line them up in the C-Main. Terrell Wheeler, Cole Shapesky on the front row. Kenny Hoffman, Jaden Wolf in row 2. Ethan Greek and Bowen Smith in row 3. So 3, 4, and 6 guys that we are not used to seeing in the C-Main. And I kind of expect them to be the drivers that make a bunch of noise here trying to get that transfer spot. So I believe the top 4 move on, and we take 2 out. And we'll move to the B main, and we will keep 12 and send everybody else packing. Guys, you can say hi in the chat. It's a lot more fun when there's actually people interacting. We have had some good chats this season. Hasn't mattered what night it's been. We've had some pretty good chats this season. But not a ton going on in the racing world right now. Everybody kind of gearing up for some of the indoor stuff and some stuff on the West Coast, but not a ton going on right now. So you got sim racing. We're happy that you're here. All right, green this time out of 4. C main. Top 4. Gonna move on. Everybody else gonna be done. Just waiting for Wheeler and Shapesky to work things out up here. Wheeler on the throttle. Kenny Hoffman. Well, Hoffman never going to be one to waste time. He is going to go right now. Jaden Wolf working side by side now in contact. He and Ethan Greek. Neither car going to spin around. They'll get separated, but they'll fall to 5th and 6th. So that puts Shapesky 3rd and Smith 4th. Wheeler's got the lead out front here. Coming around. Going to be 8 to go this time in the C main. Around goes the 9 of Shapesky. I don't know if he had help or not. Kenny Hoffman went all the way to the top. Down in 3 and 4 the last time around, while Wheeler was running right through the middle, and Hoffman's going to do it again. Up on that flat spot. Now going to cut underneath, and he is going to go for the lead out of turn number 2. Coming around, going to be 5 to go this time. Kenny Hoffman grabbing the lead, going into 3 and 4. Wheeler's fighting back on the top side. Great race for the lead right now. Bowen Smith closing in on this thing. He's going to make it a 3-car battle. As Hoffman goes to the point, now Wheeler, Smith, and Wolf in the top 4. And I told you we needed to watch those 4 guys. And they're in the transfer spots. Wheeler going to give up the spot to Bowman out of 2. So 3 to go, your top 4. Hoffman, Smith, Wheeler, and Wolf. Greek and Shapesky not too far back, but a little ways back. If any of these guys have a problem, I'm sure that Ethan Greek will be right there to capitalize. Inside 2 to go. Wheeler still hanging on to 3rd, but Jaden Wolf closing in. C-Main, a white flag. Now Smith going for the lead as Kenny Hoffman out of fuel on the top side of turns 1 and 2. Going to hand this over to Bowen Smith. He'll win it. Wheeler 2nd, Wolf 3rd, Greek in the catbird seat sitting in that 4th spot. So Hoffman eliminated, and so is Shapesky. As Kenny Hoffman coming into turn number 1. Engine just shut right off. Wow. Wild night. So on to the B main. Everybody's transferring through the B main just for your starting positions. As we get ready to look at the starting lineup, it's going to be Vickery and Vanderwert. On the front row, Reed and Sabo, row 2. Adam and Brown, row 3. Williams and Smith in row 4. Wheeler and Wolf in row 5. And Ethan Greek will start on the back. Everybody's transferring. Nobody in danger going home right now. Looks like we just about have Terrell Wheeler. There he is. There's the 43 car. Popping in. Everybody's ready to go. All right, going to roll off for the B main. This B main is simply for these guys to figure out where their final starting position will be tonight. already in the show. All right. 007, Titan Vanderwert. 2 weeks ago, he picked up the win. Last week, it was Pritchard going to the front. Out of turn number 4, B main, ready to go green. Everybody's on the throttle, and Sabo tried to time it up. Didn't quite work out the way he planned it, but he's still going to get second. He's going for the lead down the backstretch as he went to the bottom side of 1 and 2. Now goes through the middle all the way out to the top side. Sabo going to go from 4th to 1st on lap number 1. Vanderwert behind that. Vickery and Reed side by side. 3 wide now with Bowen Smith. Contact there with a 334 of Brown and Jacob Adam. Comes to 27. Well, that's Scott Reed again. Ooh, a little bump from behind. He had to get the car underneath him. Going to open it up. Wheeler's going to go by. Jaden Wolf looking to go by. This all happened in the back half of the field right here, but great racing. Let's go up here. Jaden Wolf now up to 6. He's going to try to run down Vickery. Sabo's got the lead, but he's got company as Vanderwert was working the top side. Coming around, going to be 5 to go. Sabo, Vanderwert out of 4, and Sabo's still going to hang on. Vanderwert got up there where that fluffy stuff is and lost all his forward momentum. But he goes to the middle in 1 and 2. If it weren't for momentum, he probably would have had that lead. Kellen Sabo really working the line quite well right now as Bowen Smith's going to make a bid to get second away from Vanderwert. Wolf still back here. He's got Ethan Greek chasing him down. Greek goes way wide in 2, lost a bunch of momentum, opens things up for Jacob Adam. We'll get back to the front. Lap and a half remaining. Kellen Sabo, 0.6 of a second. Exclusively running that high side. He'll get to the white flag first. Brody Brown. 334 kart running in 4th. Vickery, Wolf, Jacob, Greek, Wheeler, Williams. But Sabo's out of 4. He wins the B main. Start inside row number 7. Vanderwert, Smith, Brown, Vickery, Wolf, Adam, Greek, Ty Williams, and Tara Wheeler battling over the final spots. And it ends up being Williams and Wheeler in that order. Scott Reed had to take 27 car to the pits early, but he's still going to be in the feature. As the drivers now are ready for the warm-up session, we're going to see if they're going to spend any time warming up. We'll give them like 30 seconds here. And if they go with cars on the track, well, looks like they're going to go cars to the track, so we're going to go pay the bills. All right, back to it. ready for them to advance the session. They are ready to get out here for the feature tonight. 23 drivers. "23 drivers in rows of 2 are ready to get lined up." It's going to look like this. Cameron Pritchard and Connor Darnell on the front row. Jeff Creamer and Donald Toulos in row 2. Coulter West and Chase Swafford in row 3. Miles Jensen and J.P. Scheider are making up the 4th row. Greg Leonard and Tyler Street, row number 5. Randy Streves and Josh Whiteman will make up our 6th row. Kellen Sabo and Titan Vanderwert coming out of that B main in row number 7. And then Bowman Smith and Brody Brown. The 8th row, the 9th row, Grant Vickery and Jaden Wolf. Row number 10 will be Jacob Adam and Ethan Greek. And then Ty Williams and Terrell Wheeler in row number 11. And on the back row, row 12, all by himself, Scott Reed. All 23 cars, except for the 7 of Jaden Wolf, who has not made it out yet. Does not appear that Jaden Wolf will make it out. So 22 drivers for 30 laps. Should be a good one. Hang around at the end. We'll talk to the top 3. Do not forget about tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern, Dirt Slingers. Monday Night Thunder 360 Wing Sprint Cars. They are at USA Speedway, and they'll be followed up by the Dirt Slingers Monday Night Wingless Series. Wednesday night, Dirt Slingers Elite Invitational 410 Outlaw Series, round 3 of that series, and then they'll be followed up by the American Dirt Series 360 Wing Sprint Car Series. There's a green flag in the air. Down through 1 and 2. Everybody spreading them around. 2, 3, almost 4 wide in a couple of places. And caution, as we got drivers at the back that got into it with each other. Let's go take a quick peek. Let's have a little better camera angle than that, as we're going to watch the 19 of Ethan Greek. Down into the corner, up across. They were all kinds of sideways before he got there. I think Toulos might have been a part of that. The 99 car may have been a big part of this one. Got a little sideways in there. Oh, yep, the 75 gets a push from the 5. Around he goes. Now we're collecting cars. That's Whiteman. There's Greek. Yeah, everybody's on their wheels. So we got to see a little bit of what was going on. There's BMX. I was wondering where you were. Tyler Street setting it down.
All right, man. Light you back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going green.
Turning laps of your own. Missing a broadcast like this, turning laps of your own. It's almost sacrilege. Just putting that out there, man. All right, Pritchard, Darnell, Creamer, West, Swafford, Leonard Shreves, Vanderwert, Sabo, and Brown, the top 10. Only a couple of laps in on this one. All right, whoa, that ain't supposed to happen. All right, pace truck is off. We're going to get them ready to go. Let's make sure that don't happen again. That's what happens when you go to touching buttons. You don't know what they do. All right, Pritchard back on the throttle, and Darnell tried to time him up and just missed it a little bit. It's going to open up a couple of car lengths. Kramer's right there, West and Swafford, your top 5. Ooh, contact. Contact again, Swafford and Jansen. And these two are going to get hung up like a couple of old dogs. We do not need to go back and watch that again. We got to see that live right there. Well, let's go see if he's got much in the way of damage. Hard to tell from that angle. Doesn't look like the car's too bad. It looks like it's sitting pretty square. He may be all right. It was pretty soft contact, to be honest about it. Push bar's a little bent up around the tail tank, but Donald Tulo's trying to catch up. Uh-oh. Jansen and Swafford both drove him off the track. So possibly some suspension or steering damage that we just couldn't see. They'll get doubled up. They'll get ready to go. Everybody back on track already. Those guys are going to be playing catch up here to get to the back of the field before they get into 3 and 4. Pritchard ready to get after it again. Jumps on the throttle. Good start for him. Creamer, I thought, had the inside on Darnell in 3 and 4. Not going to materialize. Darnell's going to hang on to it. Creamer now has company. Coulter West, a 10 car. Up on the outside. Creamer gets a little too far sideways, and West goes by. West going to go on the attack. He's going right after Darnell. Here comes the 94 of Greg Leonard. Leonard goes around Creamer. Now Randy Shreves is working around the 11 car. 11 car very sketchy on the exit. They are in a tight pack right there. Creamer, Shreves, Bowen, Vanderwert, Sabo. That is inside the top 10. But Creamer just keeps losing the right rear. Pritchard, meanwhile, half a second, 6/10 in front of Darnell. West 4/10 in back of that, and he's side by side with Greg Leonard. Leonard worked the inside, West on the high side. They almost had contact. Still side by side down the backstretch. Good 2-lane racing. Ooh, a little bump to the fence. He had to really back that car down. Gives up a spot. Now gives up 2 as Shreves goes around. So West lost 2 spots down the front stretch and caution. I'm not sure who the caution is for. Did Vanderwert and Sabo have a crash? That would be interesting. Out of 4. Oh, Sabo got a little sideways, and Vanderwert's just there. Probably couldn't see him through that wing, and when Sabo wiggled the car around, Vanderwert got in the side of him. Neither driver really damaged. Should be able to hang on pretty good there. So, Pritchard, Darnell, Leonard, Shreves, West, the top 5. Smith, Creamer, Brown, Scheider, and Vickery in the top 10. Looks like everybody's on the track except for Jaden Wolf. Jaden Wolf's car off in the pits. So we'll take a look. That's a 14th place car of Josh Whiteman, the 24. Miles Jansen right in front of him, and Jacob Adam right behind. So still 22 laps remaining. 8 laps into the feature. Double file for our restart. Pritchard ready to restart one more time. Up off the bottom. Starts are getting closer and closer. That time Darnell timed him up pretty good. Darnell's got company. Well, that's Greg Leonard down the inside. Leonard now surges ahead. He's got second. Here comes Shreves. Tiny bit of contact, right rear to left rear here. That's going to start a chain reaction. We're about to get a caution.
Caution is out.
I think that's Coulter West that we're going to see in this one. It's a 10 car of Coulter West. He's just going to get caught up when Leonard and Shreves have their problem right here. He got turned by Bowen Smith. He was trying to avoid that, and Smith didn't have time to react. So a really solid shot right there in the back end. So a lot of contact between the drivers tonight, but a lot of cars, tight, close quarters race. This track race is so much smaller than it looks. Everything is very tight, happens very, very fast. Bowen Smith looks like he's working his way to the back of the field. Ethan Greek catching up to the field. We should get the one to go. Light should go off on the pace track right here. And it looks like we're going to go single file. Under 20 to go. Cameron Pritchard ready to get on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. Single file through about 7th or 8th. Now Scheider has a problem. Street pulls alongside. Almost contact between those two. 4 car on the outside. Tyler Street going to take the spot away from Scheider. Scheider loose as a goose right there. Couldn't get the back end to stay in behind the front tires on that 5 car, and he gives up the spot. Now under fire from Grant Vickery. Vickery's in the middle of a sandwich as Miles Jansen worked the bottom. Pritchard, about 4/10, doesn't take him long to build up a lead. Greg Leonard, Randy Shreves, your top 3. And Connor Darnell started on the front row, a little bit of a backslide all the way to 4th, but we'll see how that plays out in the last half of this thing. We're going to be halfway this time. 15 down, 15 to go. That's Tulos up in the fence out of 4. And Donald Tulos bringing out the 5th caution. So we were just getting on a roll here. I think he's going to jump up on the flat spot, catch the wall, and that's going to be that. That is exactly what happened. Bringing the car around, and that's a bad place to stop. But the car might be broken. So 14 laps to go. Pritchard, Leonard, Shreves, Darnell, Creamer. Then Brown, Street, Jansen, Reed, and Vickery. The top 10 shows Coulter West, but West, I think, in the pitch, yeah, he's going to fall to the back when scoring updates. We'll get the one to go right here. Still going to be 14 laps. Green flag back in the air, underway once again. Top 3 through safely. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with Jansen there. Reed, Vickery, and Jacob Adam through the 11th. Everybody's safe for lap number 1. 2 cars off the track right now. Still 21 in action. Donald Toulos and Jaden Wolf. The 2 cars not out on the racing surface. Things starting to tighten up at the front. Here comes Greg Leonard closing in on Cameron Pritchard as they come down the backstretch. Out of 4, coming around, going to make it 11 to go. Shreve's trying to put some pressure on as he goes, got close for a second, now falls back as here comes Leonard with a surge again to go forward. Went after Pritchard, didn't quite get there. 10 to go that time by. Now goes after him again down here 1 and 2, and just not enough forward momentum to make that slider work. He may have to set this thing up again. He's going to keep working down on the bottom, and Pritchard's going to stay on the top. The top will prevail. A lot of momentum up there. Shreve's now starting to fall back off the top 2, and he's got company again. Connor Darnell, the 97 car, trying to get back on the podium. Here we go for the lead again. Side by side. Caution's going to slow things down. As I think Bowen Smith is involved at least. I see his car. Oh, yeah, Sabo. And then Smith out of shape, and he collects Swafford. Let's go see what happened with Sabo. Sabo clipped the tire, and that just started a big chain reaction. So we'll get it down here. Going to be 7 to go still. Man, I swear the 94 looks like he has got tons of steering problems on that car. Both both tires are pointed out to the right on that thing. Let's watch the front of this car. We probably can't see it here in the corner, but we will. When they're coming by, yeah, that's Leonard's car. That's Greg Leonard's car. And we're going to watch the front end of the 94. It looks to me like he is probably steering pretty hard to the right to get that car to go straight. Yeah, both front tires were pointed out to the right quite a ways, so. Ready to go back to green. 6 laps to go. Main Down and Dirty Outlaws 360 Sprint Car Series. Green flag back in the air. Doesn't seem to be affecting the speed on that car at all. He is either just driving it like a madman, or he really doesn't have any damage. It's just an optical illusion. 5 to go that time by. Oh, make it 6 to go that time by. Be 5 this time, the wave lap coming up. Still Pritchard, Leonard, Shreves, Darnell, and Jansen the top 5. Miles Jansen back to the black car we're used to seeing him in. Coming around, Leonard tried to square off the corner, didn't get there. Door was shut when he did. Everybody down in the bottom in 1 and 2 now. Going back to the bottom in 3 and 4. Pritchard keeping things locked down pretty good. Starting to get away. 0.6 of a second. If we're going to have a battle, I think it's going to come from right here. I think it's going to be Shreves trying to get a run on Leonard. I just don't think he's got enough forward momentum to make that a reality right now. 2 to go. Shown to our leader. Pressure being applied for 4th and 5th as Jansen went in deep in 1 and 2, and now he's going to pull alongside in 3 and 4 on Darnell. And Darnell's going to have to drive the car a little bit harder. White flag in the air. Cameron Pritchard, 0.8 of a second out in front. He's going to go through 3 and 4 for the final time. And Pritchard going to go to victory circle again. He brings it home here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Greg Leonard and Randy Shreves. The top three, then Darnell and Jansen. So we'll get them ready, get them pulled in down here. I know our winner will make it in. There he comes. And we'll wait for the drivers to make their appearance in our waiting room. Have a chat with them. Reminder about tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Dirt Slingers Racing League, Monday Night Thunder 360 wing sprint cars. They're at USA Speedway. And then the 360 wingless cars will follow them. So back-to-back shows again on Monday. Here we go. Drivers starting to show up. Let's get Shreves. Randy Shreves, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, impressive run for the 56 tonight. Podium for you. Tell us about your feature.
It was pretty tough race. Track got real slick. I don't know, it was fun overall. Just try to keep it in that top three. I know I got in a couple little incidents there. Probably need to apologize to a couple people, but other than that, it was a good run. Good to be back on the podium.
Yeah, it looked like the track went through a lot of changes. Some guys were running the top, some guys were running the bottom. And then there towards the end, the last couple of restarts, everybody went to the bottom. Was the top just blown completely off?
Yeah, that top was just gone, and there was, barely anything at the bottom, but we were making it work.
Well, an awesome run, man. I'm sure you got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely want to thank my team, LGR Motorsports, Coulter West at Redline Race Designs for always making my car look awesome, One Wish Foundation, Wraps and Stitches KSB Builders, everybody with the broadcast, everybody with Down and Dirty, and everybody for watching.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on a great run, and I'll look forward to seeing you probably around the DSRL guys sometime this week.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. Randy Shreves finishing in third. Man, they're just moving me all around here. That's not cool. All right, let's go talk to second place. That's going to be Greg Leonard. We'll grab him, bring him in. Greg Leonard, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Doing pretty good, man. 94 car looked pretty strong. We thought maybe you had some damage on the steering there because it looked like both of your front tires were pointed to the right most of the time, especially under pace. Optical illusion, or did you really have some steering issues?
No, yeah, I did clip the tire in turn one probably about midway through and kind of knocked the toe out of the car, and it tightened it up a little bit, and with the wing and trying to move it back to try to keep everything, the car underneath you on this slick track, it just tightened it up even more. And I thought I had something for Cameron there for a couple laps, and it just got worse as the laps rolled on. But, I'll take a second place to Cameron any day.
Yeah, it looked like the track went through a lot of changes, and I'm sure when she starts to get slicked off, if you're fighting steering issues, it's more than a handful out there.
Oh yeah, especially here because you got to hit the bottom just right, and if you have any issues with your car, it makes it way more difficult.
Well, an awesome run, man. Another podium finish for you. Can't hang your head about that. I'm sure you got plenty of thank yous before we let you head out.
Oh yeah, yep. I just want to thank Dirty South and Dean Gertie and all the guys over there for all the hard work that they put in. We all practice a lot together and bounce a lot of ideas off of each other. And Dean Gertie for doing the setups. He works hard and tirelessly on these setups. And Redline Racing Graphics for the awesome graphics. And y'all for putting the hosting or broadcasting the race. And Terrell for putting the league on.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Congrats again, and we'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
Thank you, sir.
Greg Leonard finishing second tonight. Now, guy's starting to spend a lot of time in here with us at the end of these things, and he picks up another win. Cameron Pritchard, how are you, buddy?
Doing good.
Well, it's back-to-back, right? So you got to be smiling from ear to ear right now.
Yeah. It was pretty fun. A pretty nerve-wracking racetrack because couldn't find any grip there. So just found something in the middle there for meantime, and and just kind of held him off. I knew he was there, but I kept getting a run off the corner, so I figured I was fine. But I just can't be any happier to just win back-to-back.
A lot of restarts tonight, and here it's kind of tricky because if you miss and spin the tires, everybody's right on top of you. How are you able to keep focused and make every restart as good as you did?
I just tried to think. You got to just be confident. There's so many laps, but they go by pretty quick with a smaller track. So just confident. I tried to start as low as I can without stacking everybody up to get that package shit off of a 4, and I found it. And I was able to get decent restarts, and people got back up on me. So I couldn't find the bottom. I tried that early, and it just wasn't there. So found the middle, was halfway, and Greg was going on the bottom. So I figured I'd try it, and it came back in there for the last 10 laps, and I was able to pull away.
One awesome run, another win. Plenty of shout-outs got to come for the 21 car tonight.
Oh, yeah. Turbodine Performance Industries, Falcons Brothers Trucking, CSI for sponsoring the car, and the whole Dirty South team. I'm sure Dean's watching. He was traveling this weekend for sprint races. So I'm sure he's watching, and, just to pick up a win for the whole team. And just everybody over there, Greg, Dave Souza for spotting. I seen Chad Burt was spotting for Greg. So just the whole team, we all give each other ideas and make changes on the car. We just decide to keep everything the same. So just thanking Dean and the whole team, especially Dean for making all the sets and making this all possible, all the hard work he puts in.
All right, man. Well, congratulations again. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Yep, thank you.
Cameron Pritchard picking up the win tonight. Let's take a look at the results. It's Pritchard, Leonard, and Shreves, 1, 2, 3. Then Darnell in 4th, Jansen 5th, Creamer 6th, Adam 7th, 8th went to Street. Reed in 9th, 10th, Vickery. Whiteman comes home 11th, Shatterer 12th, Swafford 13th. Ty Williams was 14th. 15th went to Brown, 16th, Vanderwert and Vanderwert. Bad week this week, and the guy, coming off a win, has had a couple of bad nights, so I'm sure the points are going to be pretty shook up. When we come back next week, we'll see where everybody kind of points out at. Wheeler was 17th, West 18th, Greek 19th, Smith 20th, Tulos 21st, Sabo 22nd, and Wolf rounded out the field. Did not make the call for the start, but will get credited with that 23rd spot. Another good show from these guys. Lucas Oil seems to put on good racing. Usually a couple of lines, and it was for quite a while tonight. And then that top line started to go away. But an awesome run. Don't forget 2 shows tomorrow night, starting at 8 o'clock Eastern. Dominic Santino will have the first one. And then either Cody Olson or Patrick Coluccio has the second one. We'll know more tomorrow evening. But nonetheless, we know you guys can watch this stuff anywhere you choose to come watch it here at the Dirt Racing Network. We greatly, greatly appreciate it. Don't forget your likes, shares, follows, and hit the subscribe button if you're over on YouTube, Trovo, and Twitch. For Dominic Santino, Zach Krieger, Cody Olson, Patrick Coluccio, myself here, guys, thank you so much for being part of the funnest sport in the world, auto racing. Even when it's sim racing. Still fun. The chat has been great. BMX, look up DSRL, Dirt Slingers Racing League. Go over there, dirtslingersracing.com. See if you can register for their 360 series. They probably let you come race on Monday nights. But guys, until we see you the next time, everybody, please, please, keep it dirty. Have a wonderful evening. See you next time. Good night. Have a wonderful evening. See you next time. Good night.